I'd like to go through to our very first speaker. That is our Jude Lunny. Jude is an educator of drink spiking rape. She educates and empowers survivors of drink spiking rape to navigate the challenges their trauma can present so that they can own their own healing. Today, Jude is presenting on drink spiking rape, how to own your own healing. Please join me in welcoming Jude to the stage.
They drug, have their fun, responsibility done. On a summer's night, out with friends, strangers chose to take my life in their hands. My drink was spiked and I was drugged and raped by men I did not know. This one night of trauma has a lifetime of effect. Drug-facilitated sexual assault is a horrendous crime. Most of these crimes go unrecognised, unreported, unsolved, or unproven. It's about power, fear, and control. Rapists do not discriminate against age, race, religion, or sexuality. It can be easily done to you, someone you know or care about. It can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. And alcohol isn't always involved. Are you a drink spiking survivor, or do you know someone who is? Do you have feelings of guilt, shame, fear, or embarrassment? Do you wonder about the motive of the rapist? And more than that, if you will ever navigate the ongoing triggers and trauma as a result. I personally resonate with all of these. I too am a survivor of drink spiking rape. This is why I'm so fired up about educating and empowering survivors of drink spiking rape so they can start to understand the importance of owning their own healing and to navigate the challenges their specific trauma can present. According to the Australian Institute of Criminology, 1/3 of drink spiking incidents result in sexual assault, and less than 1/6 of those cases being reported to police. Sarah Williams, founder of What Were You Wearing Australia, an advocacy group for survivors of sexual violence, said, "We cannot ignore the serious and growing problem of drink spiking and sexual violence. These incidents are not only having a devastating effect on the individuals involved, but also have a wider implication for public safety and community wellbeing." Australia lacks up-to-date data on drink spiking offences. This is because it is often not reported. We don't have a good handle on how often it occurs or who it occurs to. Nicole Lee from the National Drug Institute explained. The National Project on Drink Spiking, which was published by the AIC in 2004, estimated then that there were about 3,000 to 4,000 suspected drink spiking incidents a year in Australia. Many victims do not know who the offender was and experience memory loss after drink spiking. Apprehension of offenders is very uncommon. My drink spiking rape experience was in January 2016. It took 9 months to learn that my case was closed with no charges laid. 9 months of feeling in the dark and in disbelief of the process I was immersed in. I struggled to find specific support that actually understood the trauma I was living with, especially in regard to being drugged. Having someone take control of your body without your consent, possibly risking your life in the process, can create ongoing triggers that can blindside you when least expected. The loss of control, the inability to communicate, and in my case, being paralysed and vomiting to the point where I thought I was going to die. My experience is not unusual, and that is part of the ongoing pain that this type of crime is still occurring now. There was and still is very little data collected or available about how extensive drink spiking is, but the many survivors of drink spiking that have contacted me would suggest that it definitely is an issue And so is the lack of specific support available. If a drink spiking rape surviving advocate had been available to me when I first reported to police, I believe my path of trauma would have been much less damaging. From the moment you first tell someone or the moment you report to police, your experience mostly becomes about the perpetrator. Who are they? How did they? Where did they? What did they? Unfortunately, through experience, I know that the importance of a survivor's self-care is not highlighted enough. We're advised to see a counsellor, see a GP, but we need so much more than that. We need to be encouraged to practice self-focus. To better understand, we should find some emotional space each day away from the vortex of painful thoughts. Self-focusing is the act of directing attention inward towards oneself, as opposed to outward toward the environment, or in this case, the perpetrator. We need to be more aware that learning how to navigate through the trauma will need specific support and mindset. We need direct conversation, simple education, and someone to break down the step-by-step possibilities of what could be ahead. My friends have told me that I'm a brave person to have spoken up and to be still trying to make change and get justice. It's a nice sentiment, but just being brave doesn't get results. Being brave hasn't taken the trauma away, but it certainly has driven me to be educated on the lack of crucial specific conversations that we survivors deserve to have. When I was searching for other survivors to talk to find a support group that I could attend, I was told that drink spiking rape survivors don't want to talk about what happened to them. Surely I wasn't the only one that needed to talk to someone else, someone that truly understood what I was going through. By speaking publicly about my drugging and rape, I have heard from many people about their experiences and their want to also connect with others. And again, this is why I'm so fired up about educating and empowering survivors of drink spiking rape so that they can start to understand the importance of owning their own healing and to navigate the challenges their specific trauma can present. Does my story resonate with you? Do you know someone that might benefit from the support and education I'm championing for? Are you willing to share your story in private or in a safe group space? Or do you just want to listen and be around others in the same traumatic space as yourself? Would you be interested in meeting with other survivors of drink spiking rape? Are you a parent, friend, or a loved one of a survivor that wants to better understand the process we are going through internally and why we might be reacting the way we are? If so, please reach out, like, comment, and share my words with friends. Survivors of drink spiking rape deserve to have a voice. Learning how to own your own healing is just the beginning.